Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thought I would put a little thing out here real quick. This is our 2006 Chrysler 300, and as you can see there, that's the front side of the throttle body. And the reason why I'm even putting this together is about 3-4 months ago, this car, for no apparent reason, no indication prior, would just stop. It would start back up and run fine. It had excellent throttle response, and it wouldn't do it consistently. It would do it one day and then it would go weeks. It would lull you into a sense of security that, well, okay, maybe it was a glitch or something, and right when you needed it, like making a left turn or what I always thought was neat is merging onto the interstate, as the engine would cut off, and by the grace of God it would come back on, but it would be enough to rattle you to the point where I have lost a lot of faith as far as the reliability in this car. Anyway, I've had it to the dealer, hundreds of dollars and alleged diagnostic stuff, and they come back with the usual, well, there's no codes and we can't get it to duplicate what you're talking about. So I've spent some time on YouTube, and everybody seems to be indicating there's some excessive carbon buildup on the back of these throttle plates, and as you can see that black line there, I'm hoping that's what this problem is. But everybody says that they're, well, not everybody. The videos I've seen are talking about a Torx screw holding it on to the intake runner. And as you can see, those are hex screws, hex head bolts, excuse me. So let me get this thing off and see what we can see. And then I will, I'll show you what we've got, and we'll go from there. Take care. Thank you. Well, it's off, and it's really disheartening, to be honest with you, because the oil changes have been done. Well, I haven't been religious about it, but I would say every 3 to 4 months, and anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 miles. From the very first oil change this car had, I've done it. Used full synthetic oil. I've used can-in filters. And I realize that necessarily doesn't have anything to do with this, but what's irritating is that we've paid quite a lot over the years for servicing of carbon removal and intake cleaning. And I'm not an expert, but I find it very difficult to believe that this is the result of anybody doing a whole lot. I don't know. I just, like I said, it's irritating, but a lot of these cars anymore, when I'm going to date myself here, but back when the air fuel mixture combined with the recirculated crankcase gases, they were all mixed in the intake, and you didn't have this. I can remember taking a can of gum out carburetor cleaner and spraying it in the ventries and you'd be good to go. And now it seems that everything is so related to some software issue, some input from a little sensor, that if, God forbid, there's the least little variance in it. And like I said, this car has I think it has just over 140,000 miles on it. When we bought it, I think it had 23. And up until about 3-4 months ago, Had no problems with it at all. But ever since this crap started, and then I've seen where there's a lot of issues people are starting to have with that multi-displacement system. I don't know. I just my advice so far after seeing this is, you know what, if you pay for a service as far as any type of cleaning or internal flushing or whatever the service is called, make sure you deal with a reputable place. And like I said, I'm not making this to where I'm faulting anybody. I'm not going to mention the dealership or anything. It's just irritating to think that, you know, it always ends up being on your own. You're stranded somewhere, the damn thing gives out on you. So anyway, I'll shut up rambling here. Let me clean this up, get it back together. Probably gonna need to get a new O-ring. That'll probably be some ungodly expensive part there. But okay, let me get this cleaned up and I'll show you what it looks like, and I just cross my fingers. Well, I'm back, and what should have been a little 10-minute trip to the auto parts store that literally is within probably a half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile of where we're at. I've never had good luck reusing any type of gasket, O-ring, anything. I've known people that, oh yeah, I've used it numerous times, reusable, etc. I've never had good luck. This part number right here is that O-ring. It's a different color, obviously, but my advice to you guys, if you plan on doing this, again, I don't know if it's every model, I don't know if this is interchangeable. This is a 2006 5.7 liter. I would have the gasket on hand because, as I just said, what should have been a 20-minute trip has turned into damn near an hour ordeal to track down this part on the other end of town. So we're gonna start cleaning the thing, and we'll get back at you, so bear with us. Alright, as you can see, this is the front side. I didn't bore you guys with all of the spraying, but this is the back side. That was completely caked, surprisingly much more on there than I even showed the first time. So we got that off, and then I took the O-ring out and sprayed some stuff inside there, the good old CRC throttle body cleaner. And then this I also sprayed down inside there as far as I could reach with the rag. And it comes, well, the other can we have comes with a nozzle. So we're going to do our own little fuel injection, or top cylinder, head, engine, whatever this thing is called, cleaning, and see what it does. I'm curious to see how this thing starts and idles with that throttle plate cleaned and reinstalled. So we'll gab at you in just a little bit. Okay, we got the new gasket on, and something that you guys should know is the old gasket, which was sort of hidden by all that other crap. It's pretty thick, as you can see, and there's an orientation tab right there, and on the old one it looks like this, and it gets pushed down inside a groove in the plenum there. Make sure that's all around, and then when you put the controls back on, make sure you dust them, or apply a liberal coating of grease, dielectric grease on them to waterproof them. So we should be firing this thing up here shortly, so bear with me. Well, it's back together. And I'll have to say that it seems to be running smoother than it did the last couple of weeks, but I don't know if you can hear that vibration or that sort of light ticking noise. I've been told those are the MDS lifters or valves on the inside, or solenoids, whatever they're called. So if this doesn't help, I can't see that it wouldn't help to some extent, but if it doesn't reduce that noise, the next thing we're going to do is get some BG 109. It's an engine flush, and really run it through the engine and then let it set and then drain it. But like I said, I'm not going to get into a debate about what oil is better than any, but it's been a full synthetic, a very popular brand name. Comes with a yellow cap is what I'll tell you. And 520 is what we've used, and up until about 3-4 months ago, not a bit of problem. And after seeing relatively how easy that was to get off, I think we'll be doing our own throttle body cleaning from now on. If for nothing else, the simple fact of being able to know that it was done, and just the satisfaction of seeing something go from as horribly caked on and crusty as that was to something shiny and clean. So we're going to see about getting that the seafoam, excuse me, that engine treatment, and spray it through the intake. So that'll probably be on another video. But in the meantime, guys, I hope this was helpful. As always, thank you for watching. Hopefully this will provide some insight to people having the same problems we are, and hopefully it provides a long-term fix.